Hey, how's it going?
Good.
So I was thinking about this latest episode, the Star Wars one.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to do it, but what Star Wars movie are we gonna talk about?
Well,
I really can't
funny you
decide.
should ask that, because I just happen to have this.
Oh, wow.
Now, let's give her a whirl. Oh, let's go and actually go to
awesome.
one. What is up, guys? Welcome back to the pod. That's
Today,
right.
We've got quite the movie to talk about.
Star Wars, A Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah, one of the Revenge of the Sith.
There's many.
Yeah.
So,
like, countless.
The one we're talking about today, though, is
it's from 2005.
2005 hit movie, written and directed by George Lucas.
Yeah. George, it's like poetry, it rhymes, Lucas.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's his middle name, but maybe it is. I don't know. I haven't seen his birth certificate.
So the movie.
It was a movie. I'll give it that.
I think it might be the best Star Wars movie. Let me just start by saying that, which it's not a controversial opinion, really. It's kind of just a fact.
I think it might be the worst Star Wars movie, not counting the sequel trilogy. Gotta ignore those ones. But of the main six, I think it might be the worst one.
The worst?
Yeah.
One?
Yeah.
Not including the sequel?
Yeah, absolutely not including the sequels, because those make it easy to decide the worst one. The prequels, I think episodes 2 especially is kind of in contention for the worst one, but episode 3, I mean, it just kind of sucks compared to the other Star Wars movies.
How?
I mean, just compare it to how great 4 and 5 are, and just there's so incredible. There's some
I'm sure
good
there's
stuff.
some parts of the original trilogy that are better, but I'd say overall it does the best of everything it sets out to do.
I mean, episode 4 doesn't really try to do much. It just does a classic hero's journey, but it does it well. It introduces the world.
Yeah, but
it establishes the characters in a much more
Revenge of the
interesting
Sith
way.
isn't trying to be a hero's journey. It's its own thing.
Yeah, it's trying to be a tragedy, and it doesn't really succeed at being a tragedy.
How doesn't it?
I don't really feel bad for Anakin.
Well,
I don't really feel bad for any of those people. I don't why should I care?
Do you actually think that?
Yeah. I just why? Why do I care?
So even including outside the pod, you think that?
Yeah, especially outside of the pod, I think really it just.
You're not just doing a bit. You actually think that?
Absolutely. It just
This is Revenge of the Sith we're talking about.
Yeah, everyone says it's great.
And it is.
I want to like it. I've watched it multiple times, and I've tried to like it, but I just can't. Just maybe it's the acting, maybe it's the directing, maybe it's the dialogue, but there's just something in it that just it never works for me. It doesn't feel tragic.
Well,
it feels like someone's telling you this is supposed to be tragic, but I don't feel like it's tragic.
For the purposes of the pod, we should probably try to come to a general consensus and get along.
Yeah.
I think it'd be better for what Billow's trying to
achieve. I want to talk about my actual opinion.
Well, your actual opinion kind of sucks.
Yeah, that's not very nice.
Well, this is Revenge of the Sith. This is arguably the best Star Wars movie.
This is arguably one of the worst Star Wars movies if we don't count the sequel trilogies, because those are atrocious.
Well, I think that might be a pretty not good opinion, in my opinion.
Maybe, but it's the right opinion.
I really don't think so.
Yeah.
Well, can you elaborate more on that?
I mean, I guess, maybe it isn't the worst Star Wars movie, but because there are some great aspects to it, but just, I don't know, overall, you're supposed to care about Anakin becoming Darth Vader. You're supposed to, feel the pain of that, and I just didn't. I kind of thought it was dumb that he turned to the dark side. It was just, I don't know, it felt like he just flipped a switch, and it was basically alright, I'm gonna go kill some children now.
I mean, you can very clearly see throughout the whole movie, his natural progression towards it.
It feels like he's struggling, but it feels like once he's there, there's no, concern anymore.
Well, yeah, that's kind of part of it, though.
Like he immediately
The
goes
fact that
from
everyone around him doesn't think he can be turned back, which is why when he does in Return of the Jedi, it makes it even better,
I
and he actually
guess,
does
but
bring
like
balance to the Force.
I don't know, it doesn't like it feels like he immediately goes from being like, "What have I done?" when he kills Mace Windu to being like, "All right, I'm gonna go murder some children."
Well, he didn't want to really murder those children, but
But like he
Palpatine is
didn't
the
show
only
any
man who can
remorse
save
for
him life.
doing that.
Well, showed him
He didn't.
crying.
Yeah, but like he didn't. I don't know. Feel bad.
Well,
Like he didn't feel conflicted. He was fine doing it.
I don't think that's really what the writers meant, but
Yeah. But like the problem isn't what they meant. The problem is what they actually expressed. Because
well,
kind of how movies work. But
yeah, I guess. Well,
the duel on Mustafar absolutely rules.
you're right about that.
Yeah,
But
it's not that it's a movie devoid of anything good. Like there are some absolutely amazing scenes in it, and you know there are some good lines. Even most of them
yeah,
come from Ewan McGregor's Obi-Wan, but it just on the whole it doesn't work for me.
yeah. Well, I think that is a pretty good conclusion.
Yeah, I mean you could also say your side of the story if you wanted.
Eh, it's
All right.
fine. I don't think you really want to hear my side of the story.
Maybe the listeners do.
I'm not really in the mood to talk about it anymore.
All right. Yeah, this stuff hits the spot. Pour me another, Ted.
You betcha. Oh, chum, why so glum?
Podcasting, man.
Podcasting? What about it? It's not like a 9 to 5 or anything.
Yeah. You'd think, but like, it's really difficult now. It's just, I don't know. I went into podcasting because like I wanted to talk about movies. You know, I like movies, but I'm not allowed to talk about some of the movies I want to talk about because they're not popular enough, and I gotta follow all these guidelines and have it be a specific length and work in the specific like shout out to Microsoft. And it's like, you know, at first it was just, hey, shout out to Microsoft for sponsoring this, but no, now it has to be like a full minute and a half of just talking about Microsoft products. It's just so frustrating. I don't even know why I'm still here.
I mean, I would say that you could just quit, but maybe you should just give it like one more shot.
Yeah. Thanks, Ted. You're the best.
You're welcome.
This podcast is sponsored by Microsoft and Bill Gates, both of which being very, very cool things. Microsoft, the company, famous for making the Windows communication system, the whole computers thing. Bill Gates wrote many good books. And that's not even talking about the Xboxes. Go check them out. Links in the description.